Okay, I'm finished deleting everything in the whiteboard. So now let's go to the second part of the lecture, which is about the different types of muscle contraction or twitch. Types of muscle contraction. So first, I want to clarify the concept of twitch or muscle contraction. So the twitch is defined as the mechanical response of only one muscle fiber that receives only one action potential. So if we want to represent this graphically, it will be the mechanical response of one muscle fiber, only one, that receives only one action potential from the motor neuron. So the mechanical response of one muscle fiber to one action potential from the motor neuron. And depending on of the different movement on the mechanical response of the muscle fiber, we are going to have three different types of twitch. So the first type of twitch is the isotonic concentric twitch. The second type is going to be the isotonic eccentric twitch. And the third type is the isometric twitch. Okay, let's go through each of these. So in the isotonic twitches, the main difference between the isotonic twitches and the isometric twitches is that in the isotonic, there is going to be a change in length of the muscle fiber. So isotonic, change in length. That in the isometric, there is going to be no change in length. So that's the main difference between the three different types. And now let's look a bit more at the isotonic concentric and the isotonic eccentric. So the isotonic concentric, so let's have a diagram. So here in this diagram, we have time here. And we are going to have two different measurements. So here we are going to have tension in milligrams, and here we are going to have muscle length, which is in millimeters, okay? So we have the development of tension here. What is going to happen in the isotonic concentric twitch is that our muscle is going to become shorter when we develop the tension. So here, the mechanical action that it develops through the twitch is a muscle shortening. So the muscle length is going to go down. But here, and this is the main difference between the concentric and the eccentric, is that the muscle length is going to go up in the eccentric isotonic twitch. So again, we have here the development of tension. And then the length is going to go up. And the amount of, so the length that the muscle can achieve here is going to be determined by the muscle. It's going to also be determined by the tendon and by our skeletal composition, okay? And then finally, we have the isometric twitch. So in this one, in comparison to the isotonic twitch, the muscle length doesn't change, okay? So there is no change in the muscle length. So if we develop tension here, the length of the muscle is going to remain the same. Okay, so some practical explanation of these different isotonic and isometric twitches. These are very easy. We use them in everyday exercises, all of them. So the easiest example of these three different twitches is the bicep curl, okay? So in order to demonstrate, I brought my biceps, and then I also brought this amazing physiology book that we can also use as a weight. So then, okay, so we have our muscle here, our bicep is relaxed. So then in the isotonic concentric twitch, our muscle length, the length of the bicep is going to become shorter. But then when we go down, it's going to become larger, and then we'll have the isotonic eccentric twitch. So isotonic concentric, isotonic eccentric. But then with the bicep curl, we can also do the isometric twitch. So if we just hold the book or the weight in this position for a really long time, we are still developing a lot of tension until we fatigue, but this, the length of the muscle is not changing, right? So again, we'll have isotonic concentric, isotonic eccentric, and then when we maintain it here like this, we'll have the isometric twitch. Another exercise that is a good explanation of that are arms push-ups. So when we do a push-up, we are going to action our arms and pecs muscles, but then we have to keep our body straight, right? So we are developing the isotonic, eccentric, and concentric movements with our arms, but then our whole body is performing the isometric twitch because it's staying in the upright position or in the flat position. Okay, so we are done with the lecture, with this lecture today. We have looked at the different types of muscle fiber, the different types of muscle contraction or twitch. I hope that you like it. I'll see you next time for another lecture of physiology for engineers. Thank you.